Okay, we're live. Great. Okay, let me go through VIX. So last time I mentioned, it was just last week, I mentioned that this um, VIX reaction, and recently, due to the Powell speaking, it kind of extended slightly, but it's still in play. So we're still in this up move. So we haven't gone back down to like this 20 to 24 levels yet, which is the new normal, right? So based on this red box, you can see this is the new VIX. Before the March correction last year, there was a much lower VIX, but now this is the new normal. So yeah, we'll see whether it comes back down. So that will be the time when you can consider either entering more positions, right? So because that's when it's considered as a safer time. Right now, there's a lot of fear in the market, so I wouldn't put like more money in at this point in time. Okay, let's look at the S&P 500. So S&P 500, we looked at this last time. It rose from the March COVID period to this intermediate high in early September last year. Then it corrected, and now it recently came up to here around 3,900 levels in mid-Feb. So I'm looking at a few levels. One was this level which we saw last time, and the next level I'm looking at is this level around 365 to 3700 levels. So we'll see whether it breaches this. And I would say the lowest point I would consider buying in will be at this point, about 3600 level. So that's for S&P 500. And for the Nasdaq, similar to the S&P, it's just that recently, I think last week we only saw this move down. So for this week we saw it go up and come back down. So I'm kind of still holding out for it to reach around this 12,000 level, around maybe 12,100. Yeah, so this is the kind of level that I'm looking at. And for the major companies that I'm looking at, so Apple is almost there, but this is the next level that I'm looking at, about 110. Okay, so let's look at a bit of reversal patterns. So for the Nasdaq, you can see that the RSI, which is the relative strength index, is kind of low. Right now it's about 30, 31. So that it's, I'll say now it's still quite scary. So yeah, it's probably not the best time to buy in. Yeah, so personally, I'm looking at this kind of levels before I consider putting more in. S&P 500, it looks like it might be bouncing up. It's hard to say, but I would rather wait for the other factors to come in also. So if we look at Apple, it's at about 30 or so. It's still quite low, and you notice this green channel. It's like it hit here once, twice, third time last week, and the fourth time today. So this is it's just following the trend. So if this is well, I recently moved my positions from Tiger to TD, so I'm still vested in Apple. So I will only buy more if it comes down to like 110 levels. Yeah. or if these other indicators would show a higher move. Particularly for Apple, right? I'm looking at this point, this line. So if this downtrend, if we can breach this downtrend, then that would be a reversal pattern. Yep. Okay, I think that was quite a speed read. For Nasdaq, let's see what's a potential reversal pattern. So okay, if it breaches this line, this white line, yeah, then I will consider as a valid reversal. But right now, I would see it still continuing, and yeah, well, I don't think it's gonna happen today, but we'll see what happens next week. All right. So, any questions? You can speak or you can type in the chat box. Let me see what's the chat box. Okay, there's no chat box, no chat so far. So everything good so far? Zach says teach how to draw. Yeah. Okay, if you're talking about like these yellow pasta lines, okay, in my last session, I was saying that this initial uptrend from this point, let's see, parallelogram. So from this point to this point, so this red color parallelogram is the first up move. Then we have a correction down, and then this current up move is the second up move, and now we're correcting down, right? So that's pretty much it. For parallelogram in Tiger Brokers, you just click on the top line, bottom line, and then drag to the bottom line, and you have this shape forming. It's the second item here. Yeah. I can show you next time if if it's too difficult. Yeah. But yeah, you just select one point, the next point, and then you drag. Yeah, it's just a 3 points drawing. As for this one, I drew this last week, or yeah, so point 1, point 2, point 3. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Any other questions? Is there a way to do exponential graph? In Tiger Brokers, no, there's no such thing. But exponential graph, I think, is much more impactful for bigger downtrends. So I wouldn't use it for this short-term chart. I mean, if you want to do exponential graph, it works for like maybe a 5-year cycle. Yeah, so this is just a few months, so we don't have to do exponential. Well, yeah, I'm looking at a few support levels, so the next time I'll buy is probably next week. Yeah. Anyway, right now I'm still waiting my funds to transfer from Tiger to TDM and trade. So frankly speaking, I can't do anything today. Yeah. So yep. I think like most people, yeah, it's probably next week. Yeah. Well, like last week I said I don't know. I wouldn't buy more next last week. So this week I would say okay, I'm also not buying. So yeah, I'm still waiting for next week. If it bounces out of this downtrend, then yeah, we could consider buying in some.
Then 插住啊。
Okay. Yeah. So to see reversal, draw parallelogram price trading at bottom, then next is break of downtrend. Yeah. So price trending. So the previous, so this one big parallelogram. So this was the big down, and this is the smaller down. They both lead up to this top, and they end at different locations. So the first location is at 12,600 for Nasdaq, which is, as you can see, a bit, we breached it yesterday, and we kind of almost touched it last week. So it's like you can say it's a weak support. The next one I'm looking at is 12,100. So I think that's gonna happen next week. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how deep can it go? So it's technically still a bull. If you look at the big picture from last year, yeah. Well, when our first downtrend lasts between September to October, and now in between February to March. Yep. So I think that's pretty much everybody. Any other questions? All good? If you have any questions, feel free to PM me or just ask in the group chat. Yeah. So I'll be active on Telegram. So all the best to your trading. Friday is usually a quiet week, so I mean a quiet day. So, but well, let's see some volume numbers. Yeah, it's still quite quiet today. Yesterday was quite a big volume. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you didn't buy yesterday, if you didn't buy the last 2 weeks, yeah, you can consider buying some to. Personally, I love buying at these support channels. So, I mean, yeah, it is possible that it can go down further, but it's in this channel. So, personally, when I take profits, when it's like near the top, I want to buy it near the bottom. So it could go lower, but you can just buy it like 10% or 20% of your cash. You don't have to. Please don't go all in, because there's always room to drop. Yeah. All right. All good, everybody. Then see you next week. I'll be having regular sharings. So see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.